Few are aware that Our Lady has been in Arabia for the last 1,300 years. From the very beginning, Catholics have always offered prayers of petition and hymns of praise and veneration to the Queen of Heaven. Even here in the Arabian Peninsula, we extol Mary's queenly dignity. The oldest Our Lady of Arabia was a picture bought from Mount Carmel and was framed at the beginning of May 1948 to be used in the chapel at Ahmadi, Kuwait. To represent Our Lady under the title of Our Lady of Arabia, Father Stella, who later became the first Vicar Apostolic of Kuwait, wanted to have a special statue made in her honor. Her statue in the same shrine at Ahmadi was blessed in the year 1949 at the Vatican by Pope Pius XII, who later proclaimed the Queenship of Mary in 1954. In 1956, Bishop Teofano Stella sent a petition to the Holy See to proclaim Our Lady of Arabia patroness of the Vicariate Apostolic of Kuwait. The following year, granting the request of the new Vicar Apostolic of Kuwait, His Holiness Pope Pius XII, by a pontifical decree dated 25th January 1957. On 25th March 1960, the feast of Our Lady's Annunciation, His Eminence Valerian Cardinal Gracias, Archbishop of Bombay, crowned the statue of Our Lady of Arabia. On 5th January 2011, the Holy See officially proclaimed Our Lady of Arabia patroness of both vicariates in the Arabian Peninsula, the Vicariate Apostolic of Kuwait and the Vicariate Apostolic of Arabia. On 31st May 2011, the Holy See reorganized the Vicariate of Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain and Saudi Arabia and named it the Apostolic Vicariate of the Northern Arabia. On July 14, 2005, His Holiness Pope Benedict XVI appointed Monsignor Balin as 4th Vicariate Apostolic of Kuwait. He joined the Vicariate on August 2, 2005. He was consecrated as Bishop by His Eminence Cardinal Sipe at the Holy Family Cathedral, Kuwait City on September 2, 2005. On January 13, 2011, by a decree, His Eminence Cardinal Antonio Canizares Overa, the Prefect of the Congregation of Divine Worship and the Disciple of the Sacraments, read out the approved texts for the solemn Mass in honor of Our Lady of Arabia. On May 31, 2011, His Lordship Bishop Camilo Balin became the first Apostolic Vicar of the Northern Arabia. He oversees the territories of Kuwait, Kingdom of Bahrain, Qatar, and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. On August 9, 2012, His Lordship Bishop Camilo moved the episcopal seat from Kuwait to Bahrain. The decision to transfer the Vicariate's headquarters was mainly due to Bahrain's geographical location in the Vicariate and for other logistical reasons, as it is more central and easily accessible for meetings and conferences of church officials. Taking the initiative as benevolent gesture of goodwill to the Catholic community, the King of Bahrain, His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, granted 9,000 square meters of land in Awali to build a new church. This decision was officially conveyed to His Lordship Bishop on 11th February 2013, which coincided with the feast of Our Lady of Lourdes. His Lordship Bishop Camilo's immediate reaction on hearing the good news was to thank our Blessed Mother for her miraculous intercession and decided that the new cathedral would be dedicated to Our Lady of Arabia. A special day in the history took place on 19th May 2014, when Pope Francis received in audience the King of Bahrain, His Majesty Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, where they held cordial discussion on a range of issues, including regional peace and stability, and the importance of engagement in dialogue. During this visit, as a gift, the King gave Pope a 3-foot-long model of the church that will be built in the Kingdom of Bahrain, which according to the King would be the largest parish in the Arab Peninsula. In return, the Pope gave him a medallion of the Angel of Peace. With everything gradually falling into place, the rite of blessing of the foundation stone of the new cathedral dedicated to Our Lady of Arabia was held on 31st May 2014 during the Eucharist celebration at the Church of Our Lady of Visitation in Awali, Kingdom of Bahrain. A special audience was granted by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa on 25th June 2014, when he received the Apostolic Vicar of the Northern Arabia at Al Safriya Palace and commended his humanitarian effort to promote the value of goodness, love and tolerance.
To not be just a new church, another church in Bahrain, to be the cathedral. Cathedral means the main church of the vicariate. So all the other parishes, all the faithful in Kuwait, Qatar and Saudi Arabia should look at the cathedral as model of prayer, model of pastoral work, model of living together, model of charity for the poor, model of collaboration among the members of the church.
Let us start by knowing exactly whether all the approvals have actually been obtained.
Yes, the approval from the ministries is ready. So we have to start now the tender for contractors and the consultants, because it is a very big project. The faithful are spending very much money, so we have to ensure all the faithful that their money is well spent and for the purpose for which they offered. The first phase is the parking and the foundations, because we cannot build a church and then excavate under the church for the parking. So first step is to excavate, to prepare the parking, then the foundations of the cathedral, foundations of the pastoral center, the bishop's house, and the foundations of the auditorium. This is the second phase. Third phase is the building of the cathedral. And after that, the building of the pastoral center, which is a building of 5 floors. The church will have a capacity of 2,300 people. When shall we start?
This is the most important question that everybody is waiting for.
Perhaps to be in September. Anyhow, maximum September, I wanted to start. All the projects should take 2 years. So I hope to see the project realized before I go. The total expense is around $40 million for zero. We need much more help. We have already collected around $10 million. And we hope to continue to have helps from our faithful especially, because I asked also outside. I went to the States 2 times. I asked also Europe, but the answer, the response has been very, very weak. But I am confident that the generosity of our people will not stop. So I'm confident that we'll be able to build all the project. I wanted to thank again all the benefactors, all our faithful, because they are the main source of our fundraising. So I thank all the faithful. أشكر الجميع وأطلب من الجميع أن يكملوا في المساعدة لكي نستطيع أن نكمل بناء هذا المشروع. We need the collaboration of all, and I thank them very much. At the same time, I wanted to say that we still need their collaboration, and we hope with their help to finish our project. At the end, the people can say, we built our cathedral.
We would like to express our warmest thanks and gratitude to His Majesty the King, King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, whose benevolence and great vision has helped us exceed our expectation. May we all work united as one towards the realization of our dreams. We pray that Our Lady of Arabia may hear our prayers and by her peace make happy a world shaken by discord and after our earthly exile. Show unto us Jesus, who will be our eternal peace and joy.